This is Richard back at you guys. We got Travis's '06 Dodge in the house, 2500 four-wheel drive, 5.9 diesel. This is a customer that called us and wanted to get his vehicle in, and I told him to go gather up all of his billet parts and stuff like that. That way when he brought it to us, it wouldn't take very long to get him in and get him going. That way we're not ordering a bunch of parts. We got Cody and Trent putting in a 4L60E. We just got through putting a cooler on it. To upgrade it, he pulls some trailers and stuff like that, a camper and stuff, so want to definitely keep that tranny cool. If you remember in our earlier 4L60 video how tarnished that fluid was, how hot that tranny was running. So, but anyway, let's get in here and get this thing apart. Well, actually, first, this is going to be video 2 of 2. We're going to show you all the parts that we put in a 4748RE 5.9 diesel when you're doing high performance stuff. Now you got to remember, Travis brought a few of his parts with him. That way we didn't have to wait for a long period of time. So I'm going to kind of go over this a little bit. Now this, like I said, is going to be a video 2 of 2 because I don't want to get too long and get you guys bored or anything. Now he brought us all billet parts. First of all, he brought us a billet forward input drum here. This is a one-piece drum. It's not machined. It's a billet shaft is splined into a hub. So it's actually one piece. These are really nice. Also, he brought us a billet intermediate shaft. Really nice, really nice. Okay. Now also, since this is a four-wheel drive, and he wanted to make sure it held together when he in between the transfer case and the overdrive housing, he bought this update kit here too. Now this piece here physically goes inside the back of the overdrive housing right in here. This is this shaft sticking out right here. It sets in here like this, and this piece here physically goes inside the transfer case, which we have over here sitting on the in the cart right here. We're going to be tearing down, doing seals, and going through it and putting these parts inside of it there. Now if you come here and look, now they make some of these dual locking, where they'll have splines and a keyway where it locks in two different places. This one here is just bigger splines, different material, stuff like that. Now look at the output shaft coming out here and look at the size of this one.
Wow.
Twice as big. So you're going to have a bigger coupling in the transfer case too to accept it. Okay, so really nice there. These parts ain't cheap, but he knew what he wanted when he brought it. So we have our Transtar complete overhaul kit here. Comes with all the clutches in it here. Now we don't know if we need steels yet. We'll get it apart, see if the steels need to be turned or what. If not, we'll add steels to it. Really nice kit. Now I'm going to go through some things here. Now we have our overdrive housing repair piece that goes in the back of it if the snap ring gets wore. It sets down in here in the back, right in here. Keeps the output shaft from moving back and forth in the overdrive housing. We see a lot of wear back there. Even if we don't have much wear, we put one in anyway because that way it moves everything back forward in the unit and tightens the clearances up and stuff in it. So a really nice piece right there. We have a bushing kit, complete bushing kit, goes all the way through the unit. We also have what we call here is a Transgo Detent bullet repair kit. A lot of times the ball in the valve body gets wore out, starts rocking side to side. This here slides back and forth and uses a complete housing and a service area to stay lined up as it moves back and forth. So that's a must in every one we do. Now we also use our Transgo kits here. We can use a tugger or we'll use this one here depending on what we got going on. Okay. Now we also have here is a governor pressure solenoid here. We have a governor pressure sensor here. We have your overdrive and lockup solenoid and wiring harness here. Now what we got down here, we have a Sonex 4-valve switching valve. We have a Sonex manual valve. We have a Sonex pressure regulator valve, a full lube circuit valve. You can see the hole here, and it's got a check ball and spring in it that lets lube circuit get into, or oil from the pressure side get into the lube circuit to keep it charged. Really nice piece there. Then here we have our Rooster Cone, or your neutral safety switch Rooster Cone repair kit here. If you got one that's not turning on your lights in the dash or something like that, it could be that there. Now also, if you get over here and look, we have the neutral safety switch itself, and this neutral safety switch actually runs on this piece here as it turns, and it moves it in and out just a little bit. Okay, so we have that there. Now also, we get over here, if a lot of the Dodges, the oil just eats up the wiring harness where it plugs into the solenoid right here. So we have a repair kit here that we replace the connector. Now you can see here we have new 6-tab washers for our planetary. This should have steel planets all the way through it. Now also we have our lever kit for our intermediate band or our kickdown band. This is an upgrade piece. It's a lot thicker, made out of different material. Could be a different ratio here on the lever. Now he brought this stuff to me, so there's no marking on it to tell me what ratio this lever is, but I'm sure it's a performance type of lever. Now also, we have our bearing backing plate kit. This goes in the overdrive section. These always wear side right through about half moon. Just eats it up all through here, and then the spring starts setting crooked. Applies the direct clutch crooked, all that type of stuff. So really critical to replace that. Now we have our rear case support here. This bolts in the back of the case, and your reverse drum runs on it right there like that. So we see a lot of wear here. If your converter makes any trash, your cooler line oil from your cooler comes right through here, lubricates this first right off the bat, gets fresh, clean, cool oil. If it gets contaminated, then it wipes all this out instantly. Now if you have a late design, you're going to put these plugs in there with no governor, 2 of them. If you have an early design with a governor, you're not going to use these plugs. Now also the kit does come with an O-ring right in here to seal that pressure in here a lot better. Now we have our Overdrive Sun Gear. They do make an early and a late depending on which way the teeth are angled and what year. So they do make 2 different designs. The Sun Gear is the same unless you go to the late model, then the gap here between these 2 snap ring grooves is greater because the shell's thicker. Okay. Okay, we're going to get over here. Now he also supplied these parts here. He bought the Billet reverse servo piston. It actually has a seal and 2 Teflon rings here that seal the servo and keeps it lined up really nice. Also, he brought the servo for his kickdown band, which is this band here. It's all dual ring, single here, dual here, single here. Also got a seal in here to seal the pin to the cup, so it doesn't leak around the pin. So this is really nice stuff here. And then you can see here is 1-2 accumulator. It's a dual ring too. Really, really nice piece. Okay. Now also, he brought us this TCS direct drum. Now this drum here has different type of seals. Has a bigger surface area on this piston right here from here to here. That way it has more apply pressure on the clutch when it applies the clutch. Now you can see you can put multiple, you don't want to fill these up with springs all the way around, just use your factory springs in here. Now I have noticed since I rebuilt a bunch of these, this here actually is a 350 case, rear case seal. So if you ever need one of them, you know that's what that is.
There you go.
So really nice drum.
That is pretty.
That is pretty stuff there, guys.
It is.
Sounds a little tingy too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yes. And then of course, guys, you know, when you, the very last thing, well actually the second to the last thing you got to do, come over here first. What we got here is we have a solid Transtar billet flywheel. I like the solid ones a lot better. To me, I would think that they would hold up and wouldn't warp as bad or any type of flex. Because even with the billet ones that come in here, the real thick ones, the guys that turn them up real heavy and pull big loads, we still see flex in those billet flywheels. We see it in the pump bushing, converter area, and stuff like that. But anyway, to top it off, least of all, we have an Ats Deep Pan here. This is one of the most critical things putting on one of these trannies to keep the filter clean, keeping it off the bottom, stuff like that. Your fluid and filter life doubles. Let me tell you guys, I've been using those pans forever, and they are the only way to go. Well, we also, since we're going to be doing the transfer case, we've got our international seals already come in. Now we're waiting on the reverse band for this to come in, and we're waiting on some shift forks and stuff, to inserts to come in for it. So that's the only two things that we're missing, but we're going to do a video on tearing the transfer case down too. That way y'all can kind of see what's going on there, and then we're fixing to do a video right when I get done yakking my jaws right now. So, but we'll be back here just shortly. Teresa, again, thank you for videoing definitely, and y'all don't forget to subscribe because we got tons more to come. Have a great day.